what we're trying to do in our neighborhood is provide some awareness. As the development signs go up and people are coming and looking in our unique area, they're looking to find a house or townhouses that will have space for them near schools. What they need to know is they need to do their research. So by having these signs up, we're providing that opportunity for them to see that there's no capacity in our schools and they may need to do some research before signing the dotted line to buy that property.
Certainly it creates a lot of pressure for the students and the staff, particularly who are working in overcrowded schools, and obviously for the families, the parents as well. So it's not ideal, and our board has been lobbying very rigorously, as we've seen with the motion passed just at the last board meeting, calling for a bit of a standstill in construction. The board doesn't have very many options to manage the growth, so we're dealing with the politicians in Victoria, and I know that from those discussions we're quite optimistic that we'll get some announcements about some relief in the form of construction or capital funds soon. We're optimistic.
ਸਰੀ ਦੇ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਵੱਧਦੀ ਗਿਣਤੀ ਚਿੰਤਾ ਦਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਾ ਬਣਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ। ਸਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਸੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਤੇਜ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਕਸਿਤ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਦਰ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਥਿਤੀ ਕੁਝ ਖਾਸ ਚੰਗੀ ਦਿਖਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੀ।
Parents are really concerned about the amount of students that are in schools and in portables at this time. We have a whole bunch of schools that are over capacity, running anywhere between 100% and 140% capacity. In the South Newton area alone, we have 5 elementary schools in a 10-block radius, and they are all at or over capacity at this time. We have no new schools on the books for this area.
You know, even if construction were to halt and new development was to halt, it would not help us immediately, but it would certainly within the next few years help us to catch up. So, you know, we'll see what happens. It does take time to build schools or even additions to schools. So we're looking forward, the board is looking forward, and in anticipation, and we need to see some relief down the road. Hopefully we'll be able to get underway with some construction soon when we get some funds from the government. And as I say, we're optimistic that the government gets the message.
I haven't heard a lot of no more development. What I've heard a lot of is no more development until there's infrastructure in place. So that's where the city needs to take some responsibility. If they know these schools aren't being built, they should be slowing the development down or having those conversations with the province and making sure that the funding comes in and it matches the development pace.
ਚਿੰਤਤ ਮਾਪੇ ਸਰੀ ਦੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਨਾਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੂਬੇ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਫੰਡਿੰਗਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਵਟਾਂਦਰਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਲਈ ਅਨੁਕੂਲ ਸਹੂਲਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਦਾਨ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਣ।
The parents are our partners in the school district, and they see it and live it every day in those schools. So we certainly welcome parent participation, no matter what it is, and certainly looking out for the welfare of their students or their kids is important, and it helps. It all helps.
ਇਸ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਕੂਲ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਿਟੀ ਤੋਂ ਕਲੇਟਨ, ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਵਿਊ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਊਥ ਸਰੀ ਦੇ ਇਲਾਕਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਤੇ ਰੋਕ ਲਗਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਮੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਮੇਅਰ ਲਿੰਡਾ ਹੈਪਨਰ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਤੇ ਰੋਕ ਲਗਾਉਣ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਖਾਸ ਹੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ।
We have a great relationship with the city, and we are very much involved in and made aware of future development or change in zoning, multiple family residential developments and that sort of thing. And we do projections working with the city. But it's just the rate, I guess, that sometimes, and of course, young families are moving here, perhaps more than anybody anticipated, but it's understandable. Surrey's a great place to live, and so you know, there's a lot of factors with a lot of variables that come into play when it comes to projecting and anticipating the demand for schools. But it's clear over the last 10 years even that we need to get caught up.
Short term, I think the future looks like more portables. What we'd like to see is that the province provide funding for the portables instead of using the operational funding that they currently enforce the district to use. The operation budget should be used for LST resources, for teachers, for books, supplies, and those types of things. And right now, a lot of it is going towards portables. That's just not good enough.
Chavi Dasawar, BC Roundup, ZTV Surrey.